If you sue a doctor for medical malpractice here in the state of New York, does the New York State Department of Health automatically begin an investigation against the doctor? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. So now, when you bring a lawsuit seeking compensation for the harms and losses that you have suffered as a result of a doctor's carelessness or as a result of a doctor's violation of the basic standards of medical care, does that automatically trigger an investigation by the New York State Department of Health? The answer is, it does not. In order for the New York State Department of Health to investigate, there has to be a complaint generated either by you, the injured victim, or by somebody else. Otherwise, they will not typically go ahead and investigate. The fact that you have chosen to bring a lawsuit against the doctor or hospital that you believe did something improper that caused you harm, now, again, that does not automatically trigger an investigation. A lawsuit is a method by which you are trying to obtain compensation for the harms and losses that you suffered because of a doctor's carelessness. The New York State Department of Health has a different agenda. Their purpose when investigating a complaint about a doctor or hospital is to try and ensure that this type of problem does not happen again, assuming that the doctor is responsible for the harms and the injuries that he caused. So their goal is a little bit different. A lawsuit seeks to get compensation. The New York State Department of Health does really two things. They want to try and ensure that this type of activity or conduct does not happen again. And in some instances, the New York State Department of Health will actually go ahead and punish the doctor or restrict the doctor from practicing until he has been remediated or until the problem has been resolved and now he's been rehabilitated, if possible. In very, very limited instances will the New York State Department of Health actually revoke a doctor's license. So, to answer the question, if you go ahead with a lawsuit to seek compensation to obtain money for the harms and injuries you suffered because of a doctor's carelessness, that is not going to trigger an automatic investigation by the New York State Department of Health. So why do I share this great information with you? I share with you to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in the litigation process in a medical malpractice case here in the state of New York. I realize you're watching this because you probably have questions of your own involving your own matter. Well, if your matter happened here in the state of New York and you do have legal questions, one of the things I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.